Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to solve math paper 1 April 2024. So let's dive in. Oliver draws a rectangle on a coordinate grid. He labels them as A, B, C and D. Oliver translates the rectangle 4 squares down, so each point is translated 4 squares down. Write the new coordinate of B. So B, we're going down 4 times, 2, 3, 4. So the new coordinate of B is 5, 2. Always start with the x coordinates followed by the y coordinates. Number 2, Mia has a bar of chocolates. So these are chocolates. She eats 3/4 of the chocolate. So if we divide this chocolate into 4 parts and 3 out of 4 are being eaten, then we know the remainder is 1/4. So Mia says, I have 3/4 of my bar chocolate left. So this is not true. Why? Because a whole minus 3/4 equals to 1/4. So also you can say the remaining chocolate is just 1/4. Angelique decorates her garden. Angelique decorates her garden with 2 sets of light. So one set of light is 7.35 meters and another one is 3.62 meters. So calculate the total length of the 2 sets. So we are finding the total. So it's 3.62 plus 7.35. So this becomes 7, 9, and this becomes 10.97. So the total length of the sets of light, or the wires which have sets of light lights, is 10.97. So the total means altogether or addition. So here is a number. We have 38.04 multiplied by 1000. So if we take 38.04 times 1000, we use Mr. DL. Multiply, we move to the right, division go to the left. So this is 38.04. So this decimal goes to the right 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. So this is the new position of the decimal, and here we have nothing, so we can add a 0, and this becomes 38,040.0, or we can ignore the 0.0, and the answer becomes 38,040. In this question, a student was supposed to be good in mental math. 36 divided by 4 is 9, so 36 divided by 4 is 9. Since you have one decimal place, this would be 0.9, and this is 36 divided by 4, which is 9. Since we have two decimal places, this would be 0.09. 36 divided by 4 is 9. We have happy face, so this was 90. So 90 times 4 equals to 36. Calculate 345 divided by 15. So 15 goes to 34 how many times? 15 times 1 is 15, times 2 that's 30, times 3 45. So times 2 equals to what? 30. Remainder 4. Bring down the 5. How many times 15 goes into 45? So the multiples of 15 are 15, 30, 45. So it's 3. And when we subtract, we get our final answer as 23. So Rajiv records the vehicle that passed his house one morning. So here are the results. As you can see from this data, 200, we have a large number of cars. Cars are many. So he recorded the highest number of cars were the cars, or the highest number of vehicles were the cars. So this is the biggest part. So we expect this to be the cars. So the dots, these are the cars. So then we have these two which are matching, 100, 100, and these ones are also 50 and the 50. So we can say this and this do match. So if we have this as bicycles, so these ones are bicycles and bicycles are 50, so motorcycles would also be 50. So these are motorcycles and the remaining are lorries, since lorries match to the vans. Pierre has 12 pieces of pizzas, so each pizza has 12 of them, so one of it is the same as 1 over 8 over whole. So what is the total fraction of pizzas Pierre has? So if one piece of pizza is 1 over 8, then 12 of them will be 1 over 8 times 12. So the answer becomes 12 over 8. So most students panic and ask themselves, where is the answer? So we need to simplify. What is 12 over 8 in a simplified form? So if we simplify 12 over 8, when you divide by 4 and 4 as the highest common factor, we get 3 out of 2. Since we don't still we don't have 3 over 2, and 3 over 2 can be simplified uh, in terms of a mixed fraction. So 2 goes to 3, 1 time remainder 1 out of 2. So the answer becomes this. So always never give up, just look for the answer. The answer is just there. So here are 3D shapes. Draw a ring around the net of the prism. So we know a prism has two faces which are parallel to each other and the rest are rectangles. So this one can never be a prism. We don't have two sides which are parallel to each other, and this is not. And this forms a tetrahedron. This forms a square base pyramid. So this one is a pentagonal prism. The two pentagons face each other, the parallel, and the rest are rectangles. And we can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 rectangles for the 5 sides. Here is a circle. We are asked to join join 3 dots to draw a right angle. We know a right angle has a 90 degrees. So one way we can form is this way. Students can identify other ways. So this is a right angle triangle. You can be asked also to draw an isosceles. For an isosceles, for an equilateral, first all sides are equal, and for an isosceles, the two sides are equal. Here are two sets of cards. So we have set A and set B. Hassan picks one card from each set. Hassan says, I'm equally likely to pick an even number from set A. So from set A, the probability of getting an even number is 1 over 2. So we have an even chance of getting an even number, as I am to pick an even number in set B. So in set B, how many even numbers do we have? We have 2 out of 4. So this becomes, if we simplify, this is the same as a half. So it's very true. Why? Because the probability of getting an even number is a half on both. So the probability of getting an even number in both set A and B is a half. Or we have an even chance of getting an even number in both sets. An aeroplane carries 269 in each day. So per day, one day you can carry 269. Calculate the total number of passengers an aeroplane carries in 28 days. So in 28 days, this will be to 269 times 28. So this 269 times 28, 9 times 8, 72, carry 7. So 8 times 6, 48, plus 7, 55. 8 times 2, 16, plus 5, 21. So we are done with this. So let's move on to 2. 2 times 9, 18, carry 1. 2 times 6, 12, plus 1, 13, carry 1. 2 times 2, 4, plus 1, 5. If we add, we get 2, 13, carry 1, 5, 7. So my final answer is 7532 passengers. Here are some quadrilateral drawn on a square grid of squares. You are told to draw around each quadrilateral with rotational symmetry of order 2. So how many times we will get the same shape after a complete turn or after a whole turn? So if you rotate this making a 360 degrees, you get two times of it, you'll get the same shape. And also this one. So Safia writes some cards 0.42 divided by 5. So as you know, when you have such, you can change it in terms of a fraction. So this is the same as 2 over 5. So we have percentage. So let's agree there are so many ways, but one way we can change everything in terms of percentage. So this is 4 over 10 times 10 times 10. This would be 40 over 100, and this is 40%. So this one and this one, okay. So what about 2 over 5? 5 times 20 equals to 100 times 20 equals to 100. This becomes 40 over 100. So this is also 40%. So this one times 5 times 5. This one becomes 40 over 100. And also this one is 40%. This one is 4%. This one is 8%. So we have 4 answers which are 40%. Use a pair of compass to draw a circle with radius 6. So with diameter 6. So if you have a diameter, the diameter is twice the radius. So we need to divide by 2 to get the radius. So the radius is 3. So we will draw a circle of radius 3. So if you're asked to draw a circle of diameter 8, 9, 7, any number, you just need to find the radius first. Here's a coordinate, write the coordinate of point A. So point A, we always start with the values of x, then y. So it is 1.5 and 3. So it is 1.5 and 3. Point B has the coordinate 405. So the value of x is this one, and 0.5 is between 0 and 1. So we can come and point B is this part. Jamila makes a shape with black and white counters. Write the percentage of the counters that are white. So first of all, you need to find the fraction of the ones which are white. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Out of the total, which are 20. So let's change it into percentage. Times 5 times 5, we get 80 over 100. And this becomes 80%. Number 18, Yusuf has a coin. He flips the coin 4 times. The results of the 4 trials becomes heads, heads, tails, heads. Yusuf thinks that the probability of getting a tail is 25. Yes, according to these results, it's 25. So tick the method that will produce the most reliable estimate. So for us to produce most reliable, we need to do the experiment more times. So do 10 more. Do 4 more, these are little, so do 10 more tries. Okay. So we have a number on a number line. When you go back 12 times, we get a negative 20. So if you want to find the number, we can add negative 20 plus 12, and the answer becomes negative 8. So if we start at negative 8 minus 12 equals negative 20.